Baik, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Puji syukur kita haturkan atas kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala yang telah melimpahkan rahmat serta karunia-Nya sehingga kita dapat hadir untuk melaksanakan Zoom pada mata kuliah kepemimpinan dengan dosen pengampu Bapak Rizky Safril SHI MSI dengan keadaan sehat walafiat. Selanjutnya, baik kami dari kelompok 8 ingin mempresentasikan hasil diskusi kami, yaitu dengan anggota saya sendiri Wulandari Septianingsih sebagai moderator dengan NIM 2304294. Selanjutnya ada rekan saya Natasha Herlita dengan NIM 200422248. Selanjutnya ada rekan saya Deti Rahma Hidayati dengan NIM 230422026. Selanjutnya ada rekan saya Viola Desnita dengan NIM 2304291. Selanjutnya ada rekan saya Muhammad Eka Putra dengan NIM 200422233. Materi yang pertama yaitu tentang definisi of leadership yang akan disampaikan oleh saya sendiri. Yang pertama yaitu pengertian definisi of leadership oleh Dwight Ted. Menurutnya, leadership is the activity of influencing people to corporate towards some goal which come to fit describable. Yang kedua yaitu menurut G.L. Freeman dan E.K. Taylor. Menurutnya, leadership is the ability to create group action toward an organization objective and corporation from as individual. Selanjutnya yaitu menurut Richard dan Engel. Menurutnya, leadership is a way of articulating a vision, realizing values, and recreating an environment to achieve something. Selanjutnya yaitu menurut Wahjo Sumijo. Menurutnya, leadership is something that is interested in a leader in the form of certain characteristics such as personality, ability, and capability. Leadership as a series of leader activities that cannot be separated from the position and style or behavior of the leader himself. Menurut Sutarto, tahun 1998, leadership is a series of organizing activities in the form of the ability to influence the behavior of others in certain situations so that they are willing to work together to achieve predetermined goals. Selanjutnya yaitu menurut according to Stephen Robbins. Leadership is the ability to influence a group to achieve goals. Selanjutnya yaitu menurut according to Robert G. Owens. Leadership is a form of interaction that occurs between a party who leads and a party who is elected. This shows that leadership is dynamic in nature which involves interpersonal relationship based on shared description. Selanjutnya yaitu scope of leadership yang akan disampaikan oleh Natasha. Kepada Natasha dipersilakan.
Okay, thanks to moderate. I will continue our presentation about scope of leadership. According to Gary Yo, leadership scientist in his book Leadership in Organization 2006, there are 8 scopes of leadership. First, decision making in the ability of leader to make the right and quick decision in uncertain situation. A leader must have the ability to analyze situation, identify alternative, and choose the best alternative. Second, conflict management is the ability of a leader to manage and resolve conflict that arise within a time of organization. Leader must have the ability to identify source of conflict, gather information, and develop strategies to resolve conflict. Third, team development is the ability of a leader to build and develop an effective and productive team. Leaders must have the ability to identify team and needs and goals, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage conflict within the team. Fourth, change management is the ability of leaders to manage and implement change in an organization. Leaders must have the ability to identify the needs and goals of change, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage resistance to change. First, communication management is the ability to leaders to manage and implement effective communication in the organization. Leaders must have the ability to identify communication needs and objectives, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage conflict in a communication. Six, vision and mission management is the ability to leaders to manage and implement to vision and mission the organization. Leaders must have the ability to identify the needs and goals of the vision and mission, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage conflict in the implementation of the vision and mission. 7. Emotional management and emotional intelligence is the ability of leader to manage and implement emotion and emotional intelligence in the organization. Leaders must have the ability to identify the needs and goals of emotion and emotional intelligence, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage conflict is the implementation of emotion and emotional intelligence. And the last one is power and influence management, is the ability of leaders to manage and implement power and influence in the organization. Leaders must have the ability to identify the needs and the goals, power and influence, develop strategies to achieve goals, and manage conflict in the implementation of power and influence. That's all for me. Back to moderator.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Natasha. Materi selanjutnya akan disampaikan oleh Eka. Kepada Eka, dipersilakan.
Baik, terima kasih moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya ingin mencoba melanjutkan presentasi dari Natasha. From and types of leadership. There are several leadership style. One, authoritative leadership style to something referring to has self-centered leadership or type style. Two, participar leadership style is ability influence of author to work together in achieving predetermined goals. Participar leadership style something referred to subordinate center leadership style. Leadership with equally a participant of consultative leadership center leadership style. Leadership with leadership. 3. The character of negative leadership style that leaderly give direction making is delegated to subordinates and member the organization as expect to be LB solve their own problems. 4. This pluralistic leadership style is described by statement leading base of regulation. Leadership behavior is characterized by strict implementation of rules that apply the leaders and tiers. 5. Let's play the leadership style will enough the ability that has been done by the leader so that this style can only work if subordinates are able to demonstrate a high level competence and confidence is pressing goals and targets. 6. Authoritarian authoritarian leadership style is a leadership style that criticizes all decision and police that what to be taken for himself completely. Okay, diplomatic leadership style. The advantage of diplomatic leadership style liens of placement of perspective. 9. Moralitas leadership style. The advantage of the moralitas leadership style is is that they're generally warm and polite to everyone. 10. Morales leadership style. Sorry. 11. Analytical leadership style is the type leadership style discussion making usually based on analysis process, especially logical analysis of the piece of information obtained. 12. Aggressive leadership style. This leadership style is more aggressive and has greater emphasis on personal control compared to other leadership style. 13. An entrepreneurial leadership style. This leadership style is very paying attention to power and have result to and less emphasis to need for comparison. 14. Vision leadership style. Visionary leadership style that is aimed to being able to give meaning to work and business to needs be carried to join your big company members to providing direction and meaning to work and business carried off based on with clear vision. 50. Situational leadership style. Situational leadership style leadership contain theory that focus on followers, readiness, and maturity. 16. Military leadership style. The type leader is very similar to authoritarian, the type of leader which and a type leader who always acts as director towards the member of his group. Sekian dari saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Eka. Materi selanjutnya yang akan disampaikan oleh Viola Desmita. Kepada Viola dipersilakan.
Baik, terima kasih kepada moderator. Saya akan melanjutkan materi tentang differences between formal and informal leadership. 1. Formal leadership is a person appointed and a leader in a particular organization or institution based on basis and official appointment as a leader of a position in an organizational structure, with all the rights and obligations associated with it to assist the established goals of an organization. 2. Informal leaders are people who do not receive appointment formally as a leader, but because he has superior qualities, he assists a position as a person who is able to influence the psychological condition and behavior of a group or society. Characteristics of formal and informal leaders. 1. Formal leader. Having the status of formal leader during carrying term of office on the basis of formal legality by appointment by an authorized party. Appointment must fulfill several formal requirements. Their duties and obligations. Time, material, and immaterial reward and emoluments can achieve formal promotion or rank increase and can be transferred. If the max mistakes, he will be subject to sanction and punishment. During his leadership role, he is given power and authority, excluding 2. Informal leaders. Does not have formal appointment or legitimacy as a leader. 2. A group of people or society appoint themselves and acknowledged him as leader. This leadership status lasts as long as the group carries out his leadership. Saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Viola. Itulah hasil diskusi dari kelompok 8. Apabila ada kata-kata yang salah, kami mohon maaf yang sebesar-besarnya. Kami akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.